Ian from Lean Media. Today I'm going to be talking about white hat versus black hat tactics on Amazon. If this video helps, please take a moment to like it and follow me. Let's get started. I've been beating this drum for a while about how Amazon sometimes really seems broken. And basically, people who try to follow Amazon's terms of service as a seller or as a publisher, sometimes they'll be punished. Sometimes they'll be told to do something that's like really nearly impossible to do. Sometimes there's something else that's broken and they're unable to get an issue resolved. And meanwhile, other sellers are able to seemingly violate various Amazon rules with impunity and not get busted for it. This is from a few years ago when some sellers were including these cards, bogus gift cards in the boxes that they were shipped from Amazon FBA, promising money if you gave a 5-star review. And sellers were complaining about this, legitimate sellers saying, hey, look, what's going on here? These guys are breaking the rules to game Amazon's review system and nothing's being done. And it was only after basically the press started to notice that something happened and Amazon shut down the people who were violating this particular rule. But if it's not this particular rule, it's another rule that the black hat sellers, and when I say black hat, I mean people who are breaking Amazon's rules just to get more money or just to game the system. It's the black hat sellers always seem to be a few steps ahead. So I've been talking about this for a while, and I've noticed other people are talking about it for a while as well. And there is one account, Amazon Sellers ASGTG, which has been kind of beating a similar drum for a while. And they'll say something like, read this comment and sign the petition. Amazon needs to stop the counterfeiters and others doing the wrong thing, but not at the expense of the honest sellers. And so this particular account keeps on talking about honest sellers. People are doing things the right way. And generally, I'm pretty sympathetic to some of the things that come up. But sometimes this particular advocate for Amazon sellers says something that's just way out of line, in my opinion. It's basically kind of trying to protect or trying to be sympathetic to the black hat people, the people breaking the rules. And this particular comment came out earlier this year after there was a slew of, I believe they were sellers from Turkey or maybe somewhere else in Europe who got busted en masse for basically violating Amazon's dropshipping policy. And so they had a meeting and there were some takeaways. They're very true false positives, meaning people's accounts were shut down and they were legitimately shut down because they were breaking the rules. So what this is saying is that most of the accounts that were shut down, they were not breaking the rules. It was a case where they were penalized. They were penalized unfairly. So like an automated system got them for something they didn't do. And then we did not know we were doing anything wrong. And we were suspended, and the drop shipping policy is not clear, and asking for one more chance. So when I saw this, I was like, you got to be kidding me. And I asked, what's not clear about the drop shipping policy? Is it different in some other parts of the world? And that was a legitimate point, because Amazon, over and over again, they've said, do not drop ship from an online retailer unless you have like permission or you include an invoice showing the actual merchant's name, that is the person who's doing the drop shipping. There's all these other rules about it. It's super clear. They have videos about it. They constantly reinforce the idea that do not drop ship unless it's under a very narrow set of circumstances. Yet people keep on drop shipping because they see these bogus videos on YouTube saying how much money you can make drop shipping, and these newbie vendors come in and they're blundering around like a bull in a china shop, just breaking every rule that was set up to prevent people from doing stupid stuff like this. So I asked, what's not clear about the drop shipping policy? And the person who's running this group says, I do not disagree. I was just giving them a chance to state their position. And it's like, no, you're not just stating their position. You're advocating for them. Like you're trying to protect the people who are doing black hat stuff, and they shouldn't be protected. And like, I have no problem with trying to defend people who are legitimately, busted for something they didn't do. Like, let's say somebody was not drop shipping, but they were penalized for drop shipping. That's a false positive, and that's wrong. But it sounds like from this description here, these were people who were violating the rules, and they got busted for it, legitimately so. So there shouldn't be any defense for that. They don't deserve another chance, in my opinion. And so one other thing that happened with this particular account, I'm not going to say the name of the person involved, but I was really shocked when I saw this. So maybe about 2 or 3 months ago, the person who runs this particular seller group posted this statement and said, four times some years ago, I began to obtain and use Amazon's internal annotations, Amazon's private property, to learn the reasons for seller suspensions in order to assist them getting reinstated. And I saw this. I was like, what? How can that be possible? This person admits they were against the law. They paid bribes directly and indirectly to Amazon employees. So this is like the most black hat thing you can do. This person got caught. This person was forced to make this particular statement, and I think that they were being prosecuted in federal court. And then to top it off, this person, during the case was apparently saying, the prosecutors are wrong. And he was forced to take them back. So I was really shocked when I saw this. This person is clearly a black hat person, yet he was portraying himself as someone who's protecting the honest sellers, the underdogs. You keep on seeing this over and over again on this particular account. And I suppose it's possible for a person to change their stripes, but I was really, really, I felt let down when I saw that particular statement, because this is not just somebody who's, trying to listen to both sides of the story. This was somebody who was really engaging in illegal activity, black hat activity on Amazon, and kind of trying to give hope to people who are also doing black hat stuff by advocating for them, and is still at it. And it just doesn't feel right from my point of view, as someone who does try to, give people advice about how to use Amazon selling platforms and Amazon publishing platforms. I really do believe that you should try to follow the rules on Amazon, and in no situation actively break them to the point where you're trying to bribe people at Amazon to give illegal insights into what's going on, so you can get other people's accounts reinstated. It just is wrong on so many levels. I'm just kind of dumbfounded by it, but I just felt that I had to vent about this particular issue today. Now, in terms of what you should do if you are a seller and you have a problem on Amazon, there's a couple things going on here. The first thing is, when you get on Amazon and you start selling, like when you register, when you sign up. So there's a blog here. There's videos. There's something called Amazon Seller Academy. Actually, is this the right one? Seller Central, Amazon.com. See the better links there. Okay, yeah. So this is the Amazon Seller Central sign up area. There's a whole bunch of resources in there, including Seller University, that shows you exactly what rules you should be following in a very easy to understand way. The videos are like 3 or 4, maybe 5 minutes long. It shows you step by step what to do to start selling on Amazon, and it also shows you what not to do. It definitely explains very clearly you should not be drop shipping. It explains that you should not be asking your customers for 5-star reviews. You should not be trying to reach out to customers or identify them by name to try to circumvent Amazon's own systems. There's a whole bunch of rules about that. And yes, Amazon's terms and conditions are a little hard to understand. They're long, they're legalese. But even if you skim through it, even if your English is not perfect, there's a couple. Find Seller University, find the Seller Partner blog, which really outlines the things that Amazon thinks are important to understand. It's not that hard to do. Don't follow, random YouTube videos promising how much money you can make on Amazon without really understanding how the platform works. And then if you get busted doing something, don't go to Amazon and don't go to some other third-party service and whine and complain about how unjustly you're being treated when you clearly violated the rules. And I sometimes what this particular advisor does is helpful, does highlight kind of the right way to do things, but oftentimes they're just defending bad behavior. And to top it off, this person was caught doing something really, really illegal, and I'm really kind of surprised that they're still in business doing this. I don't want to name that particular person. They've gone through the legal system, and they were forced to make that statement, and that explains what it is. You can look it up if you're interested yourself, but I'm just really kind of dismayed that some of the people portraying themselves as trying to be helpful actually have done some really black hat things themselves, and they're defending other black hat people when they shouldn't be defended. And I guess the final thing to top it off is, like, you maybe wonder, well, what about you, Ian? You're just some random guy on the internet talking about black hat and white hat. How can we be so sure about you? And that's a good point. I'm not certainly not going to show all of my books and all of my correspondence with Amazon over the years, but I have honestly been trying to follow the rules the best way that I can. I don't charge money for participating, for reading my blog or looking at my videos. I don't have any bogus master classes which try to cheat people or try to charge people a lot of money. I'm just trying to help other people navigate the system. Try to follow Amazon's rules as best you can. Try to stay up to date. I know it's hard, and just try to do it the right way. It is possible to run a business on Amazon, and Amazon, as I've said before, is a fantastic laboratory for testing ideas and for getting data. They probably provide more data to their selling partners than any other platform. But my goodness, if you're going to be playing in the Amazon seller universe, whether it's Amazon FBA or Amazon FBM, fulfilled by merchant, please, please, please try to understand Amazon's terms, follow the Seller University videos, and do all the other tasks that are required to operate kind of in a legitimate way on Amazon. I hope this video helped. If it did, please take a moment to like it and follow me. And as I said before, if you go to leanmedia.org, click on blog or video, I have tons more resources to hopefully better understand this complex platform. Thank you so much for watching.